So I'd like to discuss a topic that I think I wouldn't say that gets avoided much, but I want to talk about something that doesn't really get enough attention, and I want to do it in a way that's not targeted, because that's what a lot of people do. They get upset about in our community, motovlogging, the way a content creator goes about running their channel, and then they call them out and they do all this bullshit, and they get upset over a difference of opinions. But what I'm about to discuss is not a matter of who's better than who. It's a matter of creating content and still being a decent human being. So, this is Kevin. We as motovloggers all build our channels how we feel like it, really. It's kind of a down and dirty way to say it. But we all set out goals, or we have something that we're striving towards, or we're trying to improve. And it's interesting as a content creator and a consumer to be on both sides of the fence, because I, for one, will never be more than the other. There's a saying in BMX, one of the companies called Haro Bikes, know your roots. I started motovlogging started in the YouTube world of motovlogging as a fan, just watching content. And I will never stray away from that. That is something that I look forward to every day after I'm done editing, before I'm doing any editing, whatever. It's almost every day I sit down on my computer or I sit on my phone and I go watch content. I enjoy it. It's kind of like part of my daily routine. So that being said, and also being on the other side of the fence, being a content creator, it's really easy to analyze each channel from both perspectives, which is not really a good thing. It's just something that I do. When you film cinematic stuff, you see different things from a different aspect, a different perspective. So when I see a downhill road with a canopy of trees over it, I see a film shoot. It's changed my perception on things, and it also alters what I watch. So when I watch other people's content, it's the same perception. But recently, and I say recently loosely, I would say probably over the last 6 months or so, I've seen a bunch of different content creators that have kind of lost the whole idea, or the overarching idea behind motovlogging of, sharing our lives and kind of doing our own thing. I keep seeing people post content that doesn't pertain to the overarching idea of what motovlogging is. And yet again, that's my own perception, my own ideas, my own opinions, and it bothers me. And I know I'm not alone, because I've shared my opinions with other people and they've felt the same way. But when it comes to being real to yourself and what you do with your channel, it's obvious. It is 100% obvious seeing a content creator that is doing it because they love it, and then doing it because it's, they're after something with it. One of the guys that I've discussed this with was Flashwing out in Arizona, and his content has been just phenomenal in everything that he's done. And And when you start motovlogging, you go through everything, you slowly start to develop a list of people that you watch. You find people at meetups, or someone says, hey, you need to check this guy out because whatever. So you develop a subscriber list, and content comes through, and like I said before, I'm very content consumer heavy, and being that's the case, I really, really enjoy just watching content. And Flashwing is one of those guys that every single time something drops, until recently when I cleared out my subscription list again, every single time something drops from him, I'm immediately watching it. If it's not within the first hour or so, it's that evening. The content speaks for itself, and the most beautiful part about it is it's not even because of any superficial reason. It's not because he's got a pretty bike or pretty surroundings or good roads or anything. It's the fact that it's the small details. It's the addressing his audience as if you're sitting in the same room, acting like a human being, not putting on some kind of a show or persona. It's fresh. It's beautiful. It's quality. And we, as a community, are slowly starting to lose that whole idea of quality over quantity. So when you find a content creator that is so focused on quality, such as Flashwing, it's kind of eye-opening, and it makes you start thinking about why we do this and what we do. No, motovlogging does not sound like super crazy, oh, I'm a badass, thing. It's just, we just fucking ride around and talk to ourselves. Or in Flashwing's case, he does a lot of actual, just regular vlogs. But it's just nice to see someone who's not dead set on churning out videos left and right, regardless of what the content is, or if it's attention grabbing or whatever. I have found more comfort in knowing that our community is thriving watching content like his than I have of I don't know. It's really, like I said, this is not targeted specifically. This is at the community as a whole. So with Flashwing's content specifically, and I felt really bad up until the last couple months because I was not keeping up with it as much as I needed to and much as I wanted to, because I had so many different subscriptions. But now I have changed that, and it's different. It's not, like I said before, it's quality. It's not quantity, which is something that needs to fucking go away. If your goal is to produce a video every day or every other day, awesome, do it, please. I want you to succeed in whatever goals that you want to create or have set for yourself in your channel. But I'm not going to watch your content if every other day all you're doing is posting, filler. It's easy to see that as a content creator. It's easy to tell when someone's not trying or doesn't care or doesn't have their heart in it. And that's saddening. There's the whole reason the subscription button exists is because people want to see everything that you put out. Those people usually want to see all aspects of whatever you produce, and if you're producing shit, I don't fucking, god damn it, why are there stupid people out today? Ah, fuck. If you're producing shit content, don't be surprised when people unsubscribe. And also, if you're okay with that, if you're okay with producing shit content, or you don't think that you're producing shit content, and you know, people aren't subscribed anymore, and I'm not, shit is a very loose term. I'm not saying that, you know, everything that you make is garbage, but it's not wholesome. It's not real. It's not rich. If it doesn't have those qualities, I don't want to see it. It's, you know, I'm a human being. I'm a decent human being, I think, and I'm not looking for an entertainment value of just face to face. You know, there needs to be some kind of a depth to it. So that's actually why this vlog looks a little weird compared to normal, because I'm actually playing with my content now. I've had this whole long email exchange between Flashwing and I over the last probably month and a half. One night I just sat down and I wrote a fucking letter. Like, I mean, it was an email, but I essentially, I mean, I have no idea how long. I probably spent 2 hours on that. Because when you're trying to get a point across that's very emotional and, you know, has a set reason, you know, it needs to convey that. You can't just go, I like your content, it's pretty, how do you do it? The, you know, community is getting all fucked up, what's wrong? Whatever, you know, you actually, it's hard to have that kind of a conversation with somebody through the internet or whatever. So, you know, I really put a lot of thought into it, because it's fucking, it needs it. Like, you know, if a content creator is, you can tell, is just pouring their heart and soul into everything they do, it's worth every second of trying to return the favor as a consumer. Whether it be leaving a comment, whether it be liking the video, whether it be emailing like what I did. It's, you know, we as content creators take a lot of pride in what we do, especially if it's something that was meaningful or something that we're, you know, really proud about, or really happy with how it turned out. The biggest thing that I took away with my discussions with Flashwing is that each channel obviously has its own desires, but if all you're marketing quote unquote for a subscription audience is motorcycle wrecks and high-speed runs, cool. You know, you have probably the single largest audience, you know, on YouTube, but you're not going to get anything out of them. You know, that demographic is like, you know, ages 8 to 19 or something like that, which is huge. That is a massive chunk of the YouTube, like, subscription base. But how many, you know, decent conversations are you going to get out of a 9-year-old? There has to be a line somewhere, you know. What you produce needs to do something for people. And fuck, I don't know. This is a confusing idea to try to convey. It's a lot easier when you're talking with somebody about it instead of just doing a fucking monologue. But I mean, that shit's real. Please hold while I make a Lowe's run. So, back to the topic. And also, I found these. Those are fun. So, my whole goal with this video is to have you guys question why you subscribe to someone, even if it's me. Like, there's no reason, and I don't want you to waste your time. If you don't enjoy my content anymore, go find someone who you will enjoy. That's the whole reason you're on YouTube, is you're looking for content to enjoy. And I challenge you to analyze those that you enjoy, because, you know, we all change. We're all human beings. But if the content that you originally subscribed to has changed and you do not enjoy it anymore, it's going to be noticeable. You're going to not watch every video that comes up. You're going to look at the thumbnails and the title and pass over it. Like, just be critical, because, I mean, even with my own content, I'm critical, and I expect other people to be critical. My whole goal with my channel is sharing my life with you guys and the awesome shit that I get to do on the back of a motorcycle, and the things that it can do and things that it can teach you. It seems that some people kind of lose sight of that idea, that was kind of the whole purpose, was to reach out and engage with other riders, other motovloggers, and grow ourselves as riders and people. It sucks. I hate seeing that. I really do. So I know I've kind of tugged on his rope the whole time. Flashwing, I strongly suggest, if that's the kind of content that you guys enjoy and want to see, someone who consistently excuse me, I had a weird burp. Someone who consistently engages me for an entire video, go check him out, because you're not going to be disappointed. And if you do get disappointed, then okay, sorry, his content's not for you. Clear, and nope, that one sucked. Too high in the RPMs, and nope, that one sucked. Get around this bend first. I've had to ask a couple of FCO9 owners to figure out like where everything is, and everything seems to be right about here. Ugh. Gotta make myself happy again. I hate having these kinds of videos where it's almost like scolding people, but fuck, I mean, wake up. Like, you're not gonna have the same audience the whole time you do this. So don't limit yourself. Don't restrict yourself to the kind of content you put up. Put up stuff that is good. Put up the content that you're proud of, that you're not just doing for numbers. I'll give you guys one more wheelie. That one sucked. I'll give you a better one. That one sucked too, but sorry. So go hit up my boy Flashwing, tell him that I sent you, and don't do that shit, you know, hey, oh my god, Sticker Bomb sent me. Like, I appreciate you guys commenting that stuff, but tell him that you enjoy his content. Tell him you genuinely enjoy his content. If you don't, I'm sorry, but this is one of the guys that I would push every day of my life in every direction that he is going right now, because it is truly wonderful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, because this is definitely something that's need to be said. And I will see you guys later. That's a big truck. Never realized how big those are until you sit next to one of them. Or on a bike. One of these days I'll learn how to do that right. Oh. Fucking hate tar snakes. And that, my friends, is Sam Foggerino, drummer for Interpol. He's a member at our shop. It is nuts.